Hey there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and a new paper crafting video. This is episode 2 of my gingerbread Christmas series. Today I am making gingerbread people shaped cards using dies from the Stamps of Life. If you missed episode 1 where we made this super cute gingerbread house card, I'll have it linked for you at the end of the video. Okay, we're using the Gingerbread Girl A2 folded card and the Gingerbread Boy A2 folded card, like I said, from the Stamps of Life. These are the dies. There's 2 cards full of dies in each of these sets. So you have all the parts and pieces to make your gingerbread person. And you could use these a lot of different ways besides creating shape cards. I just love shape cards so much, so I had to do it. Okay, here's how I did it. I have a piece of cardstock folded in half. I'm going to take the outermost and largest die from the Gingerbread Man set, and I'm setting the die off of the fold on that left-hand side just a tiny bit at 2 points, the hand and the foot only. You can see it only overlaps that fold a little bit. And when you do this and put this die on the fold, as it's called a folded die, you can make a shaped card. Love it. Okay, then we'll take the next die down, the smaller die, and die cut that from the color of cardstock that we want the gingerbread man to be. And that's how you make it. Then you just set to decorating it, which I'm going to show you how I did it. Now, you could tape this die right here, right on the face of the gingerbread man and run it through that way. You'd have fallout pieces and you'd have a place to inlay your die cuts if you wanted to. I want mine to sit up on top of my gingerbread man, so I'm just going to cut it from white. Before I ran it through my die machine, I decided to put some double-sided adhesive sheets on the back to turn these into stickers. Because these are smaller pieces, it's going to be really nice to not have to put adhesive on them. I'm going to use this Warm Winter Wishes paper pad from the Not Too Shabby shop, and guess what? I have an extra one. I'm going to give it away to one of you. So all you need to do is leave a comment below, and I'll announce the winner that I've picked randomly from the comments in next week's video. So leave a comment, let me know your thoughts about today's video. That's it, and you should be in the United States in order for me to mail it out to you. So let me know that as well. Okay, I'm just die cutting all the pieces. Now that outline for the bow, I actually got from the Gingerbread Girl set. It layers over the top of the bow in this one perfectly, but I'm going to use those little tiny fallout pieces and layer those up because you can use those as well. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of shading to the outline of this piece. So I have milk chocolate ink here and a little finger brush that I'm doing around the edge just to get that nice little dusting. Then I'll add his cute little outfit. They're like little overalls, and I cut that from that paper, from that winter paper pad. It's a cute little plaid. I thought it would look really fun on this. And then I'm adding the pockets. Now, because I did red glitter paper on the bow tie, I liked the little pockets with that tiny accent of the red glitter paper. Now there's a die in here that creates 3 circles. I've die cut mine from some really super light pink cardstock to make cheeks, but they're also great to make buttons on the front of his outfit. So play with your dies, mix and match them, put them where you like, and then I can have this little smiley face be on those cheeks where like the little smile just ends right there. Doesn't that make it look so precious? I always think so. All right, now for the eyes, they're a little bit smaller, so I try to keep them in the die. That way I can line them up with the smiley face. They're evenly spaced and perfectly proportioned by having that tool to help me line it up when I stick it down. All right, here's all the little frosting detail pieces. I put one on each of his hands and each of his feet as well. Now for his buttons, I needed something a little smaller so this wasn't so crowded. I'm using some clay elements. These are from Trinity Stamps, and adding these little peppermint candies that are red and green for his buttons, and I love them. Okay, I did need a little something else for an accent. So these are rhinestones. They're clear with red glitter in them. So I'm going to use that on the center of his bow for a little accent, and then I'm going to put a couple on the rest of his outfit one on each of the pockets. And then there's like a little indent at the top of the straps of his overalls where a button could go. So it's a nice little detail, but it's kind of hard to see on the pattern paper. So I'm also going to put one there. Now, I already put the smiley face down, but I decided it was a little bit too light pink. It almost looked white. So I added a little dusting of Ballet Slipper ink from Concord and Ninth on those cheeks. And I just used my paper as like a little saw to get under there and lift it up. And it worked great because it hadn't been stuck down for too long with that adhesive sheet on the back. He is looking so cute. I'm going to snip off some of the white piece that hangs off the edge to give it a more polished off look. And then before I stick it down onto my card, I'm going to stamp with the Gingerbread Fun stamp set, also from the Stamps of Life. Thank you very much to them for sending me these products so I could make this video for you. And then I am going to use some glaze and add glitter. This is going to be rock candy glitter, so he's going to look so sugary and cute. I'm going to do this on all the white pieces. It's going to give a little bit of dimension because I'm putting it on with glaze, and also, of course, that glittery, sugary look that I love on gingerbread things. So I'm going to do kind of a section at a time. So I did his whole face, and then I'll do one hand at a time and 1 foot at a time, and that way I don't worry about I don't know, it just seemed like the right method for me to do it. I didn't have to worry about something drying a little bit, although glaze takes longer to dry. I just wanted to get it covered with glitter after I put that on. So I have a a whole sheet of cardstock folded in half that I can use to pour that glitter right back in the jar. All right, I thought it would also be fun to add a little glaze on top of those candies that are his buttons and make them nice and shiny. They would just pop a little bit more and look like a real, you know, hard candy. All right, so here's where I'm adding those extra rhinestones to where the buttons would be on his outfit. And he is just coming together so cute. I love adding these little extra details. I just love it. All right, so he's popped up onto my card and he just needs to dry. So while he's drying, I'm going to go ahead and create my gingerbread girl. I just folded a piece of paper in half, a piece of cardstock in half to create this, but it is A2 sized. It is 5.5 by 4 1/4. There's my gingerbread cookie piece. Oh, so cute. And then we have all the fun pieces. The dress, I'm going to use the back side of that plaid paper because the other side that I'm going to use is like hollies and berries for her cute little dress. This has a little, I'm going to call it rickrack, but it's kind of that frosting pressed into the paper. And I thought it would be fun to do this with red, crafty, glittered foam. Fun. Glittered craft foam. There we go. And I did line this with some double adhesive sheets as well so it could stick right down. So this is a little bendy. So I had to just go slow and then not push down on it so I could come back and kind of move it where it kind of got stretched out. So just take note if you're going to also cut this from glittered craft foam or any kind of foam, it is going to need a little bit of help. It stretches out really easy. So there it is across the bottom of the dress. I was in love with this. So I decided to do a second piece and put it right here, kind of where maybe like it would be like an empire waist. Yeah, super cute. I mean, I love it. Love it so much. Okay, for the bow, I did the background in green and the top is that red glitter piece. And then I cut the pockets from some pattern paper, but I realized a little bit later that that pattern paper was a little bit pinkish and I didn't really love how it coordinated with the dress, or it didn't coordinate with the dress actually. Yeah, so you'll see in the end, I cut it from a different scrap of pattern paper in my stash. Okay, the dress is getting glued down to my gingerbread girl, and it looks so cute. I'm going to go ahead and add the cheeks. Now, the smile for the gingerbread girl is a little bit different. It already has a little rounded end, but I felt like it would still go good with these large cheeks. I just love that look. So I went ahead and layered it up. I'm doing the eyes the same exact way, lining it up with the mouth and poking those so that they stick right down to my face. All right, so here's the pockets. These are a darker red and they have teeny tiny hearts on them. I'm pretty sure this was like an Echo Park paper. Yeah. All right, I'm adding some more of those little wiggly frosting details onto the hands. That's pretty much the only space left for them. I'm adding that Seasons Sweetings stamp on the inside for a sentiment, popping this up onto my card with some foam squares, and then we're going to embellish, and we're starting out with the bow. I have these clay bits that are berries and holly and also teeny tiny trees, and I thought I would just kind of create a holly cluster, and it ended up working out so much better than I even thought. So I did 3 kind of on one side and 3 on the other, but really there's only 5 because there's only 1 holly berry in the very center of the bow, and then right onto that green part is where I'm adding the little holly leaves. It is the cutest thing I've made in a really long time. Like, I am in love with this bow. I'm obsessed with it. It is so cute. Let me know if I'm just over the top. Am I over the top about this bow, or is it the cutest thing? Okay, let's get a close up. Oh my word. Right? Ah, okay. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna add this on, and I love the little clay bits so much. I'm gonna add more. I thought they would look really cute on the pockets of her dress, so I added them there. And then I took some peppermint candies. I used these peppermint candies on my gingerbread house card from episode 1. Here I'm using the little ones for her buttons on her dress. And then it's time to add the glitter, so I did that with my glaze and my rock candy glitter. I also put some glaze on top of the red berries with the holly. So there they are. They're side by side. They're all dry, ready to go. That bow, it's so good when everything's dry. I love it. The glitter is a little bit hard to see, but it really added that little bit of dimension that my frosting parts really needed. So there they are. I think they're adorable. Now remember, I'm giving away a paper pad, and so all you need to do is leave a comment below, be in the United States, and I will send it out to you, and I will announce that winner in episode 3. So come back next week for my Gingerbread Christmas 3rd episode. We're going to be playing with dies from Spellbinders this time. I might make an ornament. We'll see. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I'll have the things I used linked for you in the description box below, and I'll see you all again very soon with a new video. Happy stamping! Bye!